Hi, this is Wendy from Knitters Brewing, and I'm going to show you how to do row 1 of the pink flowers that are used on the fancy fishnet socks. In row 1, we're going to create these loops that will eventually be the petals of the flower. We're going to cast on 60 stitches, and each of these loops takes 12 stitches, so that means we're going to end up with 5 petals on this flower. And as you work, you're going to be working on the back side, so don't be alarmed if you see these long threads between your petals, because that's going to end up on the back side of your flower. And one thing that you're going to need for this flower is a small cable needle or a small double pointed needle, because we are going to manipulate some of these stitches. Alright, so the first thing that the instructions tell you to do are to bind off 7 stitches. And don't forget that you have to knit 2 to bind off the first one, or else you'll take away a stitch that goes on one of your other petals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Now the next thing it says to do is to knit 3. All right. So now you've got this long gap where you've bound off the stitches, and then four stitches here. The next thing we're going to do is to slip those 4 stitches onto the double pointed needle or the cable needle, whichever you're using. Alright. And we're going to put that in the back, so it's behind your working needles. Now we're going to bring your working thread around so that it's in front of your cable needle. Okay. Now the next thing the instructions tell you to do is pick up a stitch on top of the first stitch that you bound off. So over here, go over to the beginning of where you bound off stitches and just grab a loop. It doesn't matter which one, really. All right. Now you're going to knit that loop that you just picked up with your left needle together with the next stitch on the needle. And it all looks like a big mess right now. Now the final thing you're going to do is knit the 4 off the cable needle, but you're going to knit them off the opposite side that you put them onto, so you need to flip it around. Okay, and now we've got the next loop, and then you're going to have this long piece of string that goes between each loop. Don't worry about that. Like I said, it's on the back side. So that's how you do row 1. The other rows are very straightforward, but I thought you might like to see that one worked out since it's a little bit different. That's it.